Next point, that is sexually transmitted disease. This sexually transmitted disease, that is capital STDs. What is abbreviation for this? It is important. Keep in mind what is abbreviations for this. That is capital STDs. That is sexually transmitted disease. See, I am repeating here. This sexually transmitted disease, that is STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases. STD. This disease, it is also called as venereal diseases, or also sexually transmitted infection, that is STIs. That is STD, that is sexually transmitted diseases. It is also called as venereal diseases, or it is also called as capital STIs, that is sexually transmitted infections. STI, that is sexually transmitted infection, or the STD, that is sexually transmitted diseases. These are the diseases which are caused by a sexual contact, or these are acquired by a sexual contact. And the organism that causes this sexually transmitted disease may pass from person to person in a blood. Yes, it is transmitted through a blood. Then it may be through semen, or a vaginal, or a other body fluids. Yes, the organism that causes this diseases, it may be passed from person to person through a blood, a semen, or a vaginal, or a body fluid, or a other body fluids. Generally, this genital area, it is generally moist and warm environment, and this is the ideal growth for yeast, viruses, and bacteria. This genital area, it is a warm and moist. It is a warm and moist environment, and this is the ideal growth of yeast, viruses, and bacteria. Sometimes these infections can be transmitted by non-sexually, such as from mother to infants, during pregnancy or childbirth, then through the blood transfusion or the shared needles. Yes, sometimes these infections can be transmitted non-sexually, such as, or for example, from mother to infant during pregnancy or childbirth, then or through the blood transfusion or the sharing the needles. There are different examples of these sexual transmitted diseases. For example, syphilis, then gonorrhea, and then AIDS. These are the few examples of sexually transmitted disease. Are you getting the meaning of this? Our basic information of sexual transmitted diseases? Yes. We will see first disease, that is gonorrhea. Of course, it is a disease. Of course, it is a sexually transmitted disease, and which is caused by the infection with bacterium, or which is caused by the infection with bacteria. The name of this bacteria, that is Neisseria gonorrhea. So, what is the causative agent, or which is the causative agent of this gonorrhea? It is the Neisseria gonorrhea. This is the causative agent of this gonorrhea. So it tends to infect a warm, moist area of the body like urethra, eyes, throat, vagina, anus, then female reproductive tract, that the fallopian tube, cervix, and uterus. Yes, it is of course it is a sexually transmitted disease, and which is caused by the infection with bacteria, that is Neisseria gonorrhoeae, which is the causative agent of this gonorrhea. Next, that is transmission. So how it is transmitted? Of course, it is transmitted from a person to person through a unprotected oral, anal or vaginal sex. Of course, it is transmitted. This gonorrhea passes from person to person through a unprotected oral, anal or vaginal sex. Then people with, it means the main cause, that is unprotected oral, anal or vaginal sex. And the incubation period for this, it is a 2 to 14 days. Then what are the symptoms of these diseases? There are different symptoms. These symptoms are usually occur with 14 days because of its incubation period. However, some people infected with gonorrhea doesn't show any symptoms, but it doesn't mean that he is not having a gonorrhea, but it doesn't show any symptom. That time it is called as asymptomatic or the non-symptomatic. But there are different symptoms. First, that is symptoms in men. That first, the man may not develop a noticeable symptoms for several weeks, but some men may never develop symptoms. So because it shows symptom after 14 days, because incubation period, that is 14 days. There are few symptoms. For example, the first noticeable symptom in the man is, that is burning of the painful sensation during the urination. Yes, the first noticeable symptom in the man, it is a burning or painful sensation during urination, and as it is progress, then it shows different symptoms. It includes first, that is greater frequency or urgency of urination. Then second, pus like discharge or drip from the penis. Then swelling or redness at the opening of the penis. Then swelling or pain in the testicles, and a persistent sore throat. And this infection will stay in the body for a few weeks, and after the symptoms have been treated, in rare cases, this gonorrhea is continue to cause a damage to the body, specifically for urethra and testicle. And this pain may be spread up to the rectum. Then symptoms in women, same here. The many women doesn't develop or doesn't show any symptoms. When women do develop symptoms, they tend to be a mild or similar to other infections, and or making them more difficult to identify because it doesn't show symptoms. For example, discharge from the vagina, then pain or burning sensation while urinating. Yes, I'm repeating. First, that is discharge from the vagina, then pain or the burning sensation while urinating, then frequent urination, then heavier periods of spotting, then sore throat, then pain upon engaging in sexual intercourse, then sharp pain in the lower abdomen and fever. Then next, that is infection to the other parts. It shows following general symptoms. It means first, that is rectum. It shows symptom like anal itching, then pus like discharge from the rectum, then spots of red blood on toilet tissue, and having a stain during a bowel movements. Then in eyes, the gonorrhea that affects on eyes may cause eye pain, then sensitivity to light, and pus like discharge from one or both eyes. Then for throat, signs and symptoms of this throat infection, it includes what? Sore throat and swollen lymph node in the neck. Then in case of joint, it shows joint may be warm, red, swollen and extremely painful, especially during the movement of an affected joints. It means there is pain during the movement of joint. So these are the symptoms of gonorrhea. Next, that is complications. So what are the complications of this? First, that is infertility in women. Then second, infertility in men. Then infection that spread to the joint and other areas of the body. Then increased risk of HIV, that is AIDS, and complications in baby. I am repeating. First, that is infertility in men. Then second, infertility in women. Then infection that spread to the joint and other areas of the body. Then increased risk of AIDS, and last, that is complication in baby. We will see one by one. First, that is infertility in women. The untreated gonorrhea can spread. It means what? If the gonorrhea is not treated properly, then it can spread to the uterus and fallopian tube and causes. And if it is spread to this uterus and fallopian tube, then it causes pelvic inflammatory disease, that is PID. See, I am repeating here. This gonorrhea, if it is untreated or if it is left untreated, then it is spread into the urethra and fallopian tubes, and which causes a pelvic inflammatory disease, that is PID, and which may cause or result in a scarring of the tubes and having the greater the risk of pregnancy or pregnancy complication as well as infertility. And this PID, that is pelvic inflammatory diseases, is a serious or it is a severe infection, and that time it requires a immediate treatment. It is better for a patient. The next, infertility in men. Men with untreated gonorrhea, it can experience, that is there is inflammation of epididymis, that is epididymitis. This TIS, this word indicates inflammation. There is inflammation of epididymis. If it is left untreated, then it causes the problem of infertility. Then infection that spread to the joint and other areas of the body. Next complication. In that, the bacterium that causes the gonorrhea can spread through the bloodstream and infect the other parts of body, including joints, and shows the fever, rash, then skin sore, joint pain and swelling. Also the stiffness, it shows a different symptom, that is fever, rash, skin sore and joint pain. Then next, that is increased risk of AIDS. Having gonorrhea makes a increased susceptibility to infection with HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus, and this is the virus which causes or that leads to AIDS. If the people having both gonorrhea and HIV are able to pass both diseases more readily to their partners. Then complications in babies. The baby who receive gonorrhea from their mother during the birth can develop a blindness or the sore on the scalp and infections. See here what I am saying. The babies who receive the gonorrhea from their mother during the birth which develop the blindness or the sore on the scalp and also the infection. So this is all about gonorrhea.